Jak się masz? Welcome in that lovely, sunny Easter morning. We are in Dartmoor National Park today. We got our international exploration crew. I'm from Poland, obviously, but this you probably know already. With me today is Liz. Liz is from Scotland. You probably know that as well. And we got the one, the only, the original Kitty, you know, from one of my first episodes.
From Kenya.
Kitty from Kenya, yes. And today we decided to start visiting Dartmoor and see how the Dartmoor looks like. This is a second national park located in County Devon. We'll see how it goes. So far the weather is, as you can see, not very nice. We got a big fog. But anyway, we are going to the first place we want to see, and hopefully by the time we arrive on the spot, the sun, this little bit white dot you can see up there, maybe it will clear that fog a little bit. The place is called Haytor. I mean, the nearest town is called Haytor or Haytor, and we wanna see. They got a nice closed quarry with a little lake and few rocks around, and then there are Haytor rocks to see, and if I could remember, somewhere around here is an old medieval settlement or remains of medieval settlement. We want to see how it looks like. Alright, we have arrived all the way from down there. We have arrived to our first destination, which is Haytor Rocks. You still cannot see it very clearly. That's the Haytor Rocks, and as you can see, everywhere around there are some rocks. You probably wonder how did those funny rocks happen right in the middle of nowhere. Well, this is down to the history of the Dartmoor and how it was created. The whole Devon basically consist of the sand rocks. The sand rocks which were formed in a shallow seas or next to equator. That's where that pretty much that land came from. It was about, if I could remember, more than 300 million years ago. What happened later? These rocks you can see here, and that's what the Dartmoor is famous from. They are granite rocks. What happened? About 280 million years ago, the granite that was underneath all the slates and sandstones of Devon get heated up to about 800,000 degrees and start being more or less liquid. As far as I remember, that caused this granite to push upward, sort of like a, it wasn't a volcanic eruption, but in this sort of movement of the rock. pushing upward from the earth mantle. Obviously it did push also all the slates and sandstones that were located on the top of the granite, and that's pretty much what the whole Dartmoor is about. It is just like one big flat mushroom of the granite rock that pushed upward from the well, not from the core of the earth, but you know what I mean. So that happened roughly about 280 million years ago. That's what they estimate. Later, all this granite solidified and became a hard rock. And obviously, as you can imagine, over those 280 million years ago, there was some weathering, particularly the weathering of the sand rock, sandstones and the slates that were on the top of it. The wind did the job, the water did the job. Later came the Ice Age. Obviously, Ice Age was the ice sheets were able, and the glaciers were able to move all the scree down. Some massive stones like this one in there. Some of them are estimated to being moved even, you know, like kilometer and 1.5 kilometer away. And as a result of this erosion, every now and then, all over the Dartmoor, you got those granite structures uncovered from under the sandstone and sticking up. They are called tors, and are so significant and characteristic for the Dartmoor that pretty much each and every one of them got its own name. And this one is called Haytor Rock or Haytor Tor. You can nicely see in here how the molten granite solidified, and then over the cooling period, obviously that's what created all those cracks. Especially the vertical ones, because if I could remember, the horizontal cracks are the effect of slightly different process coming in a granite rock. You can see that the granite is not solid, and if I could remember, it should be a quartz inside, because granite rock consists of 3 different minerals. And we came upon a nice valley. However, you cannot see anything because of this fog. And those rocks are quite nice and easy to climb. I mean, relatively easy. And there is a few tricky bits. So those rocks looks completely different than the slates and sandstones on the coastline cliffs. They look sort of like, I don't know, my impression is like sometimes when you see a sheep poo, sort of like one ball squashed and another stick to it, and so that's the closest thing I can think about that reminds me of those rocks. From time to time we encounter like a bog of water and mud. We got one here right now, and heather. Is that heather or is, oh no, it's a gorse. It's a funny, very, very small gorse. Oh, and Dartmoor ponies like to play in mud, wallowing, yeah? Yeah, what looks like a little lake from far, far away, it's indeed one of those muddy pools. Alright everybody, we are approaching the Dartmoor ponies. They are different breed than our Exmoor ponies, but also quite similar, sort of like, oh, I would say they slightly smaller than Exmoor ponies. They more ponies than the Exmoor ponies. Come on, little pony. They really are a ponies, because our Exmoor ponies are sort of like a cross between the horse and a pony. Those one are indeed very tiny. Pony. And here we are, up with the pony. Kitty! Kitty! Are you not happy with me? Oi, you don't like it? Okay, I'm going. They allow you to touch itself, however they don't like it. We have just discovered a little ravine, like a tiny valley going between those moors. We're going to see what's at the end of it. Luckily, the fog started clearing, so very soon I will be able to show you more things from the air. I can see even people on the bikes coming in here. Oh, well, oi. It's quite muddy in here. Wow. I think that must be a part of the quarry at some point. That must be a part of the quarry at some point.
Nice view. I can buy this.
It's a nice echo, isn't it? Woo! Okay, now I have to get to the other side. Luckily there is enough stones everywhere here. Ah.